Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to run the project. In this video, I'm going to teach how to create the packages. We already saw in our project in student credit application how to create the package. So these are the package we have to create: config, controller, DTO, entity, and repo and service. So let me create it one by one. So let's back here. Select your Java folder inside your main package is a main package. Select the main package, right click, new package. First one is a controller. Press enter key. The controller package has been created. Select the package, right click. Second one is a controller. After that, you have to create here as a service. The service. After that, you have to create repo. After that, we have to create another package which is a entity. After that, we have to create another package which is a DTO. These are the package we have created. So now we have to create another one which is a config. Select the package. Here we have to give the name as config. Press enter key on your keyboard. These are the packages we have to create. I hope you guys you understood things well. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the packages. Let's continue the video. Right, first, these are the packages we have created. Now I am going to create the files. So first select the package entity. So here I am going to create the entity class. So select the entity package, right click, new, Java class. This one I am going to create as a employee. It's an employee class. Press enter key on your keyboard. It's an employee class. Now here first I'm going to in this class I'm going to add the annotation. It's the entity. It's very simple. And you have to this annotation here. You just add this annotation here. You can get it here. Entity. Perfect. After that, entity. So entities. After that, what you're going to do is here I'm going to create the columns. Entity means which is a database table. So database table. So this database table, what are the columns I'm going to define? So first column, which is a employee ID. So your write is private. You have to give the data type long. This one is a employee ID. Simply write employee ID. Second column, private string employee name. Third column, private string address. The fourth column, I'm going to create private. You have to write another one is an int. You have to add this mobile number as well, which is an integer data type. After that, we have to write the active state. That is a boolean. Private boolean active state. That's it. These are the columns. Employee ID, employee name, address, mobile, and active state. Now here, employee ID, I'm going to add the primary key. So how to add the primary key? I already explained this one. Add Here there's annotation ID. Here this one. So ID annotation, you have to get this as a ID annotation. I get the ID. Second one, we have to generate the auto number increment. So auto increment. So how to generate the auto increments? You have to add this annotation. Generate value. Here you have to generate value. Strategy. Generate type. You have to select as here identity. This one. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. After that, we have to specify the column name which you created on the database table. So these are the we have set as the API. Okay, the API we have to write like this. The database column we have to create as separate one. I have to create on the database table. So you have to specify the column name. You have to column, so annotation column. Here database table. I have to create the name which is you have to write the professionally. You have to write like this. Employee ID. You have to write like this. Employee ID. You have to give the length as well. Length we have given here as a 50. You have to give the 50. That's it. Okay, so here the employee ID consists of three parts. It's a primary key ID, which is a primary key. So auto increment. This is the column name, which is an employee ID. Right. Second one, the column name equal here employee name. Employee name, comma length 50. So same thing, just copy it, paste it over here. Here address, you have to write it here as a column name is the address. Right, address we have to make it as this one as a 70 length. You just increase the length. Name I'm going to give as a 100 length. Right, we have to increase the length of the length. Address also we have to increase as 100. Perfect. Right. After that, we have to the mobile number. So mobile is the same column. This annotation just copy it, paste it over here. Here the column name I'm going to give here as a mobile. Length we don't need 100. We just make it as 2. Right, that's it. After that we have an active state. So the active state also we have to write it here. Column name, which is I'm going to give as a active state. So here we have to, this is a boolean value, true or false. So you have to write it as a column definition. You have to write this as a inside the double quotation. You have to write tiny int. You have to write tiny int. You have to write default. Default. Tiny int default. Default 1. You make it as 1. 1 means it's active. 0 means it is active false. It is a 1 mean active true. 0 mean active false. The simple stuff we have to create it. So employee table. So employee table consists of these following columns. The following columns. Now we have to generate the constructor. So click select here, right click, generate constructor. First is you have to blank constructor. You have to select none. So blank constructor. Second constructor I have to create as generate constructor. All the values we have to taken. So hold on the shift key down. Select all the properties. Click OK. This is a parameters constructor. So we have to create 3 different constructors. Employee is a blank constructor. This all the property we have to get in, we have to get this constructor. Third one, right click, generate constructor. So we no need the ID. Okay, ID we are not getting the ID. Rest of the things we have to get it. So you have to select this one because ID should, when you save the record, So id will be auto increment. So we have the rest of the values you are getting, the rest of the columns. So select from the employee name to active state, click OK. That's it. So we have to create the three different constructor. So we have a three different constructor. You create three different constructors. Right. Third one, we have to generate a get and set method. You select right, click on here, right click, generate getter and setter, select all the things, shift or the shift key down and select over here from the employee ID to active state, click OK. All the get and set method has been generated successfully. At the final step we are doing here is right click, generate. We have to implement the toString method. Select here, click OK. Right. Very simple stuff. We have implement the entity class. This stuff we have implement the entity class. We have implement the entity class. I hope you guys will understood the things well. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you.